I've always been delusional, yes. And it has led me to great heights. I didn't grow up singing. I don't play no instruments. None of that. I just be doing my own thing. I created the person that I wanted to see in the world. I don't know. I think being vulnerable is the only way. If you're not vulnerable, you run the risk of like losing people.
And not getting the message clear.
Exactly. And I think there's something to be said about talking about your darkness or your shadows or where you hide at, because most people are hiding in the same place you're hiding. So it's not even just you. And not to like normalize other people's pain, but I think there's comfort in numbers, and there's just comfort in general. And I think
so true.
I think there needs to be just more of that. And I think in me being vulnerable, and don't get me wrong, like I'm not always hyped to be vulnerable. I'm not always excited to tell people about myself, because, you know, people take that opportunity to shit on you if they feel like, oh, like I know this or whatever the case may be. But I think it's worth it. Like that risk is worth it, because for every one, there's like 100 other people that are like in a positive way growing and with me, and I think that's worth it. The vulnerability is worth it.
It's like on Control, like I really wanted writers, but nobody showed up for me. Like nobody would come. But I mean, I understand, because I was asking for like big writers and other things, and like nobody knew who I was, and I understand that. But I was definitely like scared to just like write and figure it out. And then I pushed myself to figure it out. And then like it was like half a chip on my shoulder and half like a pride thing, where it was like, all right, like I'm gonna like really focus on like trying to write. But I don't come from a background of like tradition or anything like that, so I didn't know what I was doing. And a lot of my songs are unstructured still, because I'm not, you know, like it's weird. It's like I'm a writer, as like I be writing poetry and like writing in general and thoughts, but I don't have any traditional like, you know, background in songwriting or like even music theory or studying, like, and there really is a science to it. And I don't know that science, but I'm learning kind of through trial and error right now as like a scientist, and like forming like different hypotheses like on my own and different experiments. And that's been really fun, scary, frustrating. You know, sometimes I just want to knock everything over on the table and like start from scratch. But it's been really fulfilling in the same breath. Yeah.
When we first step in the door, and we're multifaceted, period, like as a diaspora and then as a gender. So it's like, okay, it's kind of coming in and not being pigeonholed into one space. Like, damn, you walk in and you're Amazonian and thick, and you like to shake booty, but you're also so much more than that. Like, you're a student, you're a boss, you're a queen, a leader. You're a dancer, like a Barbie icon, like giving me princess, but also giving me like strength, giving me like powerhouse, giving me many facets of being. So I feel like that first step when you walk in is like people are trying to tell you like, you black and you a girl, I already know. Like, wait, let me tell you exactly how we see you, and you can take it from there.
And even with songs like Kill Bill being #1 right now, it's not an R&B song. And I feel like even that expresses more about who I am as a creative. And I feel like it's really important for all of us to get past like barriers of any kind, aesthetic barriers, sonic barriers, and just allow things to be music that permeates all barriers and boundaries of who we deem ourselves to be, or how others see us in the world. Yeah. I feel like money is just something that's not, I don't feel motivated by money, and not because I feel like I don't need money to live. Like, I'm happy just being me. Like, no, I love shoes. I love nice food. I love all these, I love my nails done. Like, it's but it's more so like chasing money or focusing on money it's impossible. It's like creating resistance. Like, and you're creating resistance because you want it too bad, and you're not allowing the flow of whatever's supposed to happen. So it's like, if you're chasing money, you can't be chasing your purpose. You can't be chasing like the next step, like the next stage of wherever the universe is supposed to take you. It's blocking you, it's blinding you, so.
And I think for a long time when I made music before, I wasn't making music to entertain myself. I was just making music because it's like what I heard.
Right.
And then now I was like, something clicked in my head. Oh, I remember. My boyfriend at the time, his boss, was being a, and I went to his job to go like talk to his boss. I don't know why I felt like I could do that.
Right.
But I was just like, let me talk to him and feel like ask him what his problem is. And he was like, you're like the singer girl, right? Like you do that thing. Like let's hear it. Let's hear it. And I had to pull up the song. I'm like, and I don't listen to my own music. I've never listened to my own music. So even back when it was just Babylon, like some old song, I'm like, I pulled it up and I had to listen to it myself. And I was like, and I tried to turn the volume up mad high. And I'm like, what's going on? And it's still mad low. Like I was so bored and I was like whispering. I was like, this is crazy. And I didn't know that I sounded like that until I was like, mind you, I had just came off my first tour with Janae, and my first time performing with a live band and thinking like being loud and singing full voice.
Right,
so now I'm like in this quiet ass room trying to boss up on this man with my whisper tunes, and it just didn't crack off for me the way that I needed it to.
Right.
Weird moment, but game changing for me. It really made me feel like, and then same way on stage, I didn't feel the same. In the studio, I felt like this different thing, and on stage, I felt like a warrior, some another thing. Like I felt this surge of energy of like aggression.
Comes when you're on the stage.
Yeah, and then my music didn't match my energy, and then I just had to make the way I felt in that moment for real. And so I started to stop being, I don't know, I wasn't afraid. I wasn't hiding behind reverb and falsetto and 35 stacks of backgrounds. Like I was just, you know, or obscurity. Like I was just saying straight up, like clarity, crisp. I had to deal with myself, and you gotta dare to suck. And that's funny, Justin said that the other day. And it's real, I had to dare to suck. I had to look at myself and be like, I'm not happy with this sound.
Right.
This isn't me.
Yeah.
What is the better version of me? And, you know, it's up because you don't reach the best version of you right away. And I'm still not the best version of me, but like, you're definitely leaning towards it every
final
time.
form, every time.
Correct. So this next album is like even more of me being afraid of like, being less afraid of who am I when I have no choice.
Damn.
Like when I'm not trying to curate myself and contain, but like if I train myself to have a great foundation, it was like if I rehearse and do my vocal warm-ups and study my songs and songwrite every day, then my natural baseline, even when I'm unabashed and not thinking, will be greater than who I was. It has to be.